Okay, so I had a pretty sweet combo going up against this blackwing deck, which we see right here. I was really scared that they'd reveal a Chinook at the end or something like that. I played super slow. Plus I wasn't sure what their face down was. Because if it had been either this one or these two, I think I would have been pretty screwed, and also Called by the Grave would have screwed me too. There were a lot of ways where if they just had their outs, they could have denied my combo. Unfortunately, they didn't. Let's go ahead and watch that though. I had the combo at the end was pretty sweet, and even more than that, the forbidden droplet play that I make is pretty sweet. Probably fast forward on their turn and then go normal speed on their turn. Their turn is just the usual, put a bunch of pieces on board. I'm kind of looking at my hand thinking, okay, I can make a play with hero lives, and then if needed I can forbidden droplet the hero lives, and if I really need to like deny a monster effect, I can decide based on what I draw which of these pieces is going to be less important that I can discard as part of forbidden droplet, which I'm thinking Honest Neos, just because I'll probably need Crosskeeper to activate a Spirit of Neos that I'm hoping to get from a Stratos that I summon with a hero lives, right? So they're putting pieces on board. I'm kind of also trying to keep track, like I noticed they have the Chinook in here, I'm trying to keep track of whether or not they eventually put that back in their hand, but it looks like they just send it back to the deck to perform a Miracle Blackwing Synchro, which isn't the name of the card, but that's how I'm remembering it. It's Blackwing Twin Shadow card. And I'm just watching for like, so far I don't see any pieces that are too troublesome. I'm expecting Blackwing Assault Dragon and Full Armor Master maybe to come out by the end of all this. And also I realize I'm not fast forwarding, like I said I would. And then you see here this Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which has it can target a face of card and negate its effect. So that's something I'm noting as something I have to deal with. I also, because I know I'm going to be picking up a bunch of life points for a hero lives, I can't afford to really deal with the burn from Blackwing Assault Dragon. I'm thinking maybe if it was just one I could, but as we're about to see, they're going to pull out a second one. Canceling fast forward every time I expect a card. Or maybe I did that on my own. But yeah, they have two of these, double burn, plus a negate, and a face down whose identity I do not know. So let's slow down. Activating a hero lives. Plan here is to get Stratos, add to hand Spirit of Neos. But I want to see how they respond. Fortunately, we're actually going to see this negate come out from the Archfiend, but had they not done that, my next play would be to activate Book of Moon, targeting the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend and prompting it to force a negate on something, and then Forbidden Droplet, targeting back to Assault Blackwing Assault Dragons. I'm not exactly sure how the interaction would go there. I think the face up card needs to be on the field for Archfiend to negate, so I would think by removing it from the field, the hero lives and Book of Moon. Neither one could get negated once they're removed from the field as cards to negate, so I'm thinking that should be fine. I'm not entirely sure. If needed, I could also discard Honest Neos, but I don't want to do that because I think I need it to, I haven't seen yet what board I'm going to develop, and I'm thinking I'm going to need it as an important piece to, what was I going to say? As an important piece to get lethal damage. I don't know why I had so much brain fog right there. And then of course, if for some reason they didn't activate this card's effect, or if for some reason I was like gonna Book of Moon the Blackwing Assault Dragon instead, I could Forbidden Droplet and add this monster in case of like emergency to deny the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend from using the ability it's holding. But yeah, Book of Mooning the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend was the plan. and I was going to assume that it could not negate a hero lives if I pay it as cost. Yeah, I do go right away for the hero lives. So I changed my Book of the Moon target to Blackwing Assault Dragon. I no longer need to think about paying 2 cards. I can switch my targets to this, to the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, and the other Assault Dragon to get the negates. Get my Spirit of Neos, things are looking good, cross-keeper that. Also, let's just take a moment. So it was Stratos off of a hero lives. It had to be a special summon if we want the last negate that we're going to see later off of our last remaining normal summon. So that is a hero lives and crosskeeper, and then a miracle in hand, as well as honest Neos for some extra damage to help us feel more comfortable that we're going to have enough damage. And we're getting our Spirit of Neos. I was thinking here what card to get. I want to get like mirror what I'm going to fuse. I was also thinking of getting Neos Fusion since I didn't know if I had board pieces. But I decided to go for the instant contact, remembering I can get Neos on board. Use instant contact to get Wingman. And I actually forgot that Crosskeeper was going to proc here. These cards end up not mattering too much. They end up just being a little bit win more with the second Miracle Fusion. Playing Wingman into Infernal Devicer. Summon, and then I'm gonna get here my Grand Mole and my summon Grand Mole so that there's Earth, Dark, and Wind on board, or my Miracle Fusion. And it's Wingman with 4 pops. I prioritize as much of the back as possible, and then the last face down monster. I perform a Miracle Fusion. Not really sure what I was about to put out here. I don't even remember what was in my grave, to be completely honest. I might have actually screwed myself a little bit because I might have been forced to go into like Sunset using my Infernal Devicer and my Stratos, which I guess wouldn't have been so bad because it gives me another destruction to take away one of their monsters on board. So I guess that wouldn't have been terrible. They surrender at that point, so we don't get to see all the damage, and I actually didn't see what their base 10 card was at the end of it, but very happy with the Forbidden Droplet play, and then the way that combo developed as it unfolded. So I'm gonna have to remember that Miracle, Crosskeeper, and a Hero Lives to get Stratos. Those are the pieces that I would need in order to make a 4-pop Shining Neos Wingman.